Hey folks, welcome back and Happy New Year. 2020 is going to be fantastic for sure, but I want to take one more day to talk about some of my favorite movies from last year, starting with my honorable mentions. These are all movies I really loved, but when I was narrowing it down to my favorite 10, they just didn't quite make the cut. Jojo Rabbit, The Nightingale, Ad Astra, Under the Silver Lake, Loose, Knives Out, Waves, The Farewell, Atlantics, and Little Women. I thought all of these films were really wonderful for a range of different reasons, but when sorting out my favorites, I was able to fit 10 above them. That being said, this was a really good year. Alright, here we go. Number 10 is Climax. Now, I've already talked about this movie in my first and last videos of 2019, but that's how good it is. I love pretty much everything about it, from the thrilling cinematography to the committed cast. It's awesome. Experiencing this in the cinema was both anxiety-inducing and a total blast. Number 9 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You already knew it was my favorite movie of the summer. I have since bought it and watched it multiple times, and let me tell you, it just gets better every time you watch it. Cliff Booth is one of my favorite characters of the year, and Margot Robbie gives one of my favorite performances. And this features what I would likely consider my favorite soundtrack of the year. An all-around great movie.
He's waiting for you in the bar.
Well, since I just finished watching a Rick Dalton film festival, I think I know who you are. Put it there.
Well, it's my pleasure, Mr. Schwartz, and thank you for taking an interest.
Schwartz, not Schwartz.
God damn it, the hell. I'm sorry about that. It's my pleasure, Mr. Schwartz.
Call me Marvin.
Marvin, you call me Rick.
Rick? Oh, is that your son?
My son. No, that's my stunt double, Cliff Booth. Yeah.
Good to meet you.
We've worked together since the last 2 seasons of Bounty Law.
Yeah.
My car's in the shop, so he gave me a ride.
Number 8 is Pain and Glory. Antonio Banderas made something that already would have been wonderful, something truly special. His performance, the colorful cinematography and production design, and the meticulous direction made this one of the most uniquely satisfying cinematic experiences of the year for me. It's almost kind of hard to talk about the movie. It's just so personal, and it just hits a chord so deep with me. I loved it, and it had one of my favorite final shots of the year.
¿Salvador?
Sí,
¿Eres tú? No, te habría reconocido. Soy Federico.
Federico.
Estoy en Madrid.
¿Y qué haces aquí?
Number 7 is Uncut Gems. What a ride. I know I said Climax was anxiety-inducing, but this was just a whole other beast. I was a huge fan of Good Time, so I went into this movie with some pretty high expectations, and they were met. Adam Sandler gives a career-best performance, and honestly, so does everyone else. The whole movie just feels like real people being filmed. It's weird how good they are. There isn't a single line of dialogue in this movie that really doesn't feel out of place for every character. It's unreal. It really is a ride of a movie.
Check this out. I don't know, all right? So these are black Jews, all right? They're stranded in the middle of Ethiopia. It's deep.
Stranded?
Yeah, look, they got nothing. They don't got cars, they don't got And I'm watching this, and I'm like, what the are these guys wearing? Look, it's on the Torah there. It's everywhere, right? Just where do these guys get precious black opals? That's what that is.
A black opal?
I do my research. These guys live near the Whalo mines, which primarily is red opals, which aren't worth okay?
okay.
But these you can't get your hands on these things, you understand?
Really?
So look, I say to myself, how do I get a hold of these guys? And I managed to track these guys down. I buy one from them.
Number 6 is Midsomer, specifically the director's cut. This was Ari Aster's follow-up to the highly acclaimed Hereditary. I'm pretty sure we all were looking forward to it and all had some pretty high expectations. I saw the theatrical cut of this film first, and any issue I had with it was completely smoothed over in the director's cut. I highly suggest it if you have any opportunity to see it. Just a little bit more character development and slightly tighter pacing made this just jump all the way up to this point in my list. Florence Pugh is the queen of 2019, and this was my favorite of her many wonderful performances this year.
Can you feel that? The energy coming up from the earth? Look, the trees too, they're breathing. Nature just knows instinctually how to stay in harmony. Everything just mechanically doing its part.
You guys are like my family. You're like my real, actual family.
Danny?
Sorry. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Number 5 is The Irishman. Martin Scorsese is, in my opinion, maybe the most successful living filmmaker. With The Irishman, he just continues his brilliant career. I know there's already a lot of debate about just the length of this film, and I, for one, just thought it was edited and paced so well that I didn't even really notice. It's a long story, and everything that was said needed to be said for the climax and ending to impact like they did. This has some of my favorite final moments in a Martin Scorsese picture. Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Al Pacino give some of their best performances of their career, in my opinion. I just really love Joe Pesci in this movie. He's phenomenal. The music, cinematography, production design is all perfect in every scene. The sound editing is wonderful. It's just good picture. Good picture.
Tony told the old man to tell me to tell you. It's what it is.
What it is?
It's what it is. Please listen to me.
They wouldn't dare.
Don't
They wouldn't dare.
Jimmy.
Please, Frank, come on.
Don't say they wouldn't dare.
No, don't tell me that kind of that's fairy tales,
Don't say,
please.
don't say they wouldn't dare. Please, Jimmy.
Something funny happens to me. They're done. You understand that? And they know it because I got files. I got proof.
Number 4 is The Lighthouse. This was my most anticipated film of the year, and it met all of my expectations, and it's number 4 on this list. That is how good this year is. I keep saying the words favorite, I keep saying met my expectations. This was a really hard video to make. Anyway, this movie is brilliant. It looks stunning in every frame. The acting is out of this world. Seriously, Willem Dafoe is a master, and he goes hard for this movie. It's just a movie that looks and sounds so good that you'd probably be satisfied even if you're not one of those people that thinks about movies much after they're done. But if you are one of those people and you want to think a lot about a movie, see The Lighthouse. There's a lot to think about here. Number 3 is Parasite. Now let me just say these next 3 were almost impossible for me to rank. It's pretty much just down to favoritism. Most of this list was just down to favoritism. A ton of these are 10 out of 10s, so yeah, keep that in mind. Parasite is showing up on a lot of people's best of the decades list, and I can't really argue with that. It's pretty much perfect. Beyond all the technical reasons, it's just really engaging. From the first shot, I was hooked. It's just another movie where the cast gives such good performances that they elevate an already brilliant script. I don't know, Bong Joon-ho might be my favorite director now. it's a masterpiece.
그 제 시큰한 친구가 엄청 독특한 수업을 하면서 애들을 꽉 잡는다고 소문이 쫙 났답니다. 뭐 이쪽 업계에선 나름 신선한 케이스? 근데 또 그 친구 수업이 유니크하면서도 뭐 예중, 예고, 입시까지 뭐 다 커버해주는.
어머, 너무 궁금하네요. 어떤 분이실까?
만나보시겠어요? 근데 이 친구 약속 잡기 되게 어렵다던데.
잠깐. 제시카, 외동딸, 일리노이, 시카고. 과선배는 김치모, 그는 이사촌.
Speaking of masterpieces, number 2, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. This was definitely the most moving film I watched in 2019. Not only is it shot so that every single frame looks like a painting featured in the movie, not only is every performance just... This script is easily the best of the year. I don't even want to talk about the plot. Just watch it. It's a slow burn in the best way. And the sound design is a little bit too good not to experience in a theater. I'm pretty sure at wide releases in February, you really would be missing out if you didn't catch it. Any aspect I can think of was done better than I could have possibly imagined. Wonderful film.
Comment est votre jeune maîtresse?
Je ne sais pas trop, je la connais peu.
Mais vous êtes ici depuis 3 ans.
Elle n'est là que depuis quelques semaines.
Où était-elle?
Chez les bénédictines.
Elle a quitté les ordres?
On l'a sortie du couvent. Parce que sa sœur est morte.
C'est elle qui devait se marier. La maladie l'a emportée?
Non. Vous pensez que vous allez y arriver?
Arriver à quoi?
À la peindre.
And yet we still have number 1, Marriage Story. Holy cow. I really like Noah Baumbach, but nothing he has made has resonated with me nearly as much as this one did. I've already watched it like 5 times. I love it that much. Adam Driver gives my favorite performance of the year, but absolutely everyone gives a performance worth mentioning. Randy Newman's score is my pick for the best of the year as well. All around, this was my favorite movie.
MacArthur, Broadway, it's so exciting. Congratulations, Charlie.
Which bathroom?
What?
Is she pooping?
Oh, downstairs.
Is your mom home?
Yeah, she's upstairs.
Hey, how's it going?
Nothing yet.
It's me.
I know.
I just got here.
Hi.
I brought you something.
Yay. Mom's getting me a present too.
Why?
For pooping.
Oh. I love you.
I love you.
Don't think we should reward him for pooping anymore.
Oh, I know, but he holds it in and it's going on a
It's
week.
its own reward.
G-Mom! Charlie Bird! Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, God. I'm huge. Mom.
Why don't you respond to my last email?
Well, your emails are so articulate, I get intimidated.
Mom, can you
now
help
I'm
with
gonna
the...
lift you.
Mom?
So that's my top 10 of the year. Hopefully 2020 is even half as good. I'd be super happy with that. What are some movies you're looking forward to this year? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to find out. I got only listed like 5 right now, but I'm sure we're gonna get hit with a ton. Happy New Year, and as always, keep watching movies.